Hey guys, so this is my royal icing rose tutorial. I've already made a couple over here just to kind of show you. So I'll show you everything that you need. Super simple. You're just going to need a toothpick. You're going to need your parchment paper cut up into little squares. I use the Wilton 102 tip. It's kind of angled, as you can see a little bit. One side is a little bit more open than the other side. That works best for me for my cookies. It gives you like a small to medium sized rose. And then my royal icing consistency is the stiffest I can possibly get. It's got super stiff peaks. This will help the rose keep its shape. Otherwise, you know, you don't want the flag consistency, obviously, it'll just kind of melt all together. And then usually I make a couple bags because I like my roses to have a little bit of a multicolor look to them. So I'll do like white and pink or pink and orange. And so I'll pipe a couple in one color, take the bag out, switch it with the next color. And then as you're piping out, you know, it gets that really nice like blended color. You know, like the tips will be pink and the inside will be white or whatever. I just think that's kind of nice. So, all right, we're gonna dive right in here. So I'm gonna take my toothpick and I'm gonna take my bag and I'm gonna, with my left hand, I'm going to spin the toothpick while I pipe because I wanna make a little bud on the tip of this toothpick. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Doesn't really matter what it looks like. You just want something that the petals can really latch onto. So now, super easy. Did it really, really roughly. Doesn't matter. You're not really gonna see it. When I pipe my petals, I want the thinnest part of the tip to be at the top because this is how you're going to get the most control with like bending the petals outwards a little bit more so you can get more movement in the flower. All right, so I'm going to start at the bottom of my bud. And I want to do an upwards, downwards motion and come and connect it back down to the bottom of the bud. And I'm going to do that probably around about 3 petals around this bud for the first time. And then I hold my toothpick and my icing kind of at a 90-degree angle. That's how I get my petals to really like reach out the most. I know a lot of people do it straight up and I don't get as nice of a result with the petals really going outwards, which is what I like. So I'll kind of show you what I mean. And then make sure your tip is nice and clean. Like I said, I made a couple already, so it's not the best. Okay, so again, the thin tip at the top. I'm going to go ahead and start at the bottom of the bud. And as I'm turning my left hand, I'm going to go ahead and pipe up and then come back down. Do it again. And I'm going to latch onto the bottom of this petal now. So I'm going to go up and then come back down. Come up and then go back down. So that's 3 petals I did real quick. If you want to do the small, like a small rose, I'll usually do like probably 2 more petals and then I'd be done with it. So we'll kind of make a medium-sized rose. So I'm going to pipe probably 2, or oh my gosh, I keep wanting to say 2, sorry. I'm going to pipe 3 or 4 more petals on the next layer. And so I'm going to go up and I'm going to make these petals a little bit bigger because I want them to stretch out more on the rose. Kind of just building that rose up. So go up and then down. You see how like it's like a wave because you've got that thin part at the top. I go up and then back down. And it's okay, okay, that was a crazy loop. That's okay, don't freak out. Because when we add it to the parchment paper, it's just gonna kind of like mold together. It's really, really nice. All right, so go up, we'll do 2 more petals. And down, okay. So yeah, it's kind of looking a little crazy. Not a big deal, don't fret. So I'm gonna take my parchment paper and then I am gonna stick my toothpick into the middle part of the parchment paper. So it's sticking out like that. And I'm going to slowly work the parchment paper up to the rose. And I'm going to want to slide the toothpick out. So as I bring this up And now I'm gonna slowly, now that it's touching the rose, I'm gonna slowly remove my toothpick down through the other end. And it kind of comes together like that. Got my toothpick. And you see, like, this was the funky one. And it kind of, like, pulled it all together and made it a nice little rose. Yeah, super easy. All right, let's try one more. All right, pipe this bud. Wipe off my tip. Sorry, I got alarm is going on. Okay, so I'm gonna go up and then back down. I'm gonna do about 2 of these. And you really just gotta practice, kind of get like the hand motion. Literally, like I said, I probably did like 40 of these before I really figured out how to like hold the bag and hold the toothpick, because all the tutorials I watched, they were all piping it up and it didn't work for me. I couldn't really get that lift I was looking for. But this 90-degree angle is definitely what's working the best for me. I'm gonna go up and out and pipe a little bit more to make a bigger petal. Up, back down, up, back down. There we go. So this is gonna be a little bit smaller than what we did earlier. Stick that through the parchment paper. And definitely do this part slow, because I've like slipped up and then ripped off one of the petals or whatever. So go nice and slow. And if the parchment paper, see how it just kind of started to fold up like that? That's okay, but if you do a lot of that, your rose is going to dry like on an angle. And then I find it's a lot harder to transfer to the cookie because it's, you know, like a V shape now instead of kind of flat. So just kind of be cognizant of that. So I'm going to kind of make sure that's nice and flat when I bring this up to my rose. Slowly pull it through. There we go. And then see it folded up. So now I'm gonna fold it down a little bit more so it's easier when I transfer it to my cookie. Yeah, easy. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Thanks.